This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. This is so much cancer.
Ooh, let's go! Alright, I've cooked up a new team for Starlord. You should already know from the thumbnail and the title that it's Toland. But if you look at my team right now, there really isn't a spot for Toland. And the crazy part is, I'm going to be removing Shenpin in place of Toland. But yeah, this team is absolutely insane. I'm not even going to go practice mode. I'm actually going to go crystals because I want to beat my high score. I'm that confident in beating my current high score of 227 million. Mark my words, I will use every means possible to break my my current high score of 227 million. I'm that confident in this Toland team. Okay, when it comes to Starlord, it's still a lot of RNG, mainly from your team 1 and team 2. This team 3 can score between 50 million to 80 million. 80 million! And it's very consistent as well. It's more consistent than running Shenpin. Right now we're at 54 million, which is the standard score you would get. But you'll get like 70 to 80 million run in like 1 out of 20 runs and something like that. Might seem like a lot of RNG, 20 runs. But when you run Shenpin, it's a lot more RNG because when you run Shenpin, you need to relief proc on Shenpin and also proc assist on Sloan, right? Dude, 220 million, very close. 75 million with this team. I'm telling you, man. Another 70 million. Look at this. 75 million again. Oh my goodness, look at this. 224 million. So close. Another 65 million. Just bad RNG on the second team, man. My second team is missing 20 million damage. Oh, let's go! 238 million! I told you, I didn't even use that much crystals. About 400? Probably less, right? There we go, 38 million. I'm still missing 10 million in my second team. And also about, what was that, 15 million from this team. So my personal best should be around 250 million, 260 million, around that ballpark. I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna roll for that 162 million in my second team. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna roll until I have 16,000 crystals. Look at this, another 231 million. I broke my personal best twice already. Broke my high score for the third time this time. Spending less than 1,000 crystals as well. 77 million, look at this. Alright, last run. I used about 800 crystals, which is around 32 to 35 runs. And I broke my high score 3 times. How insane is that? Alright, let's take a look at the 238 million run. But before I go into the third team, I want to explain why I'm using this team 1 in specific, where I'm using Embla but no Fushi, right? Even though I have R6 Fushi. The reason is because when you run the Fushi comp, you won't have any trouble landing 10 debuffs on the boss throughout the fight, but when the last 10 or less turns, that is when the team will crumble. Let's say for example, the boss has 5 turns left and the boss takes a turn, which means you only have 5 turns to land your debuffs on the boss. You need to land 10 debuffs within 5 turns. And for the Fushi Embla comp with Yunchuan, it's not easy to land 10 debuffs in 5 turns, let alone like 2 turns, right? Sometimes you can get 2 turns where the boss moves and then you have to land 10 debuffs in 2 turns. With this specific team I'm running, it can land 10 debuffs in 2 turns. So you lower the chance of you getting bad RNG where the boss moves when there's only 3 turns left. When you have R2 Hilda, any of your units do a single target attack, Hall will follow up and put 2 poison debuffs. And the reason is because R2 Hilda's effect is whenever a poison is inflicted on the enemy, she will add 1 more counter to it. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm not running the Fushi Embla comp. It's good to score like 11, sometimes even 13 million, but it's really bad for your team 2 and team 3. It's not consistent for your team 2 and team 3. Pumping more damage on your team 1 is good when you can make it consistent. If it's not consistent, then just don't bother with it. Okay, I got pretty bad RNG as well. I got 3 stacks on the boss. Okay, look at this. The boss has 4 turns left. He moves, and if my Hilda... Hold on. Okay, look at the debuffs, right? I managed to stack 10 debuffs in 3 turns. You can't do that with the Fushi comp. It's really RNG. Wow, I actually got pretty bad RNG. My Haley got HP cap reduced, and the buff of Yujing actually went to her. So she's no longer AP boosting my Elif. That's insane. And I'm still breaking my high score with pretty bad RNG on Team 2. So let me explain the team real quick. The core unit is going to be Sloan, Chuyao, and Toland. What needs to happen is your Chuyao needs to extend the debuff of the boss every single time he casts his passive. When the boss gets debuffed by Toland and he gets this final passage debuff, you're gonna want your Chuyao to proc every single debuff extend with his passive, which means you need him to be fast as well because it has a 2-turn cooldown, right? If you get lucky enough, you'll have the final passage debuff throughout the fight. So check this out, right? My Toland is still alive. He won't die from the 2 adds because the 2 adds don't really do any damage. See? But when the boss does an AoE attack, he's gonna one-shot Toland. You need to reset your Toland in order to one-shot him. Oh, he didn't actually die in the first hit. What the heck? Yo! If I had a level 1 Toland, this would be even more popping. My Toland is a bit too high level, I guess. 41. But I guess he dies right here. He doesn't die! Not even the perfect RNG I'm getting. Yo! Sheesh! Okay, hold on. Come on, just kill Toland right now. He should die from this attack right here. There we go. Okay, Toland dies. And then now you have the final passage debuff. And you need to proc every possible RNG with Chuyao's debuff extension. We also didn't get the perfect RNG, where Haley's debuff lingers for a little bit longer. The perfect RNG would be Toland gets one shot, I have Haley's debuff, I extend Haley's debuff as well throughout the entire fight. That's the perfect RNG possible. With the final passage debuff, and also with the Soul Sever debuff, and the speed down debuff, the boss is extremely slow. Minus 40% speed, minus 50% from the Soul Sever, minus 30% speed from the speed down. It's not 100% speed down, the boss can still move as you can see, but it's very slow. Look at the boss. I still have 2 turns on the final passage. Oh, and also there's another RNG you need to face. The 2 adds can cleanse debuff. So you need to hope that the debuff that they cleanse is not the final passage. Otherwise the run is going to be pretty much dead, right? But there's 5 different debuffs that the 2 adds can cleanse. And they don't cleanse every single turn. Not even the perfect RNG. My debuff didn't last throughout the fight. Oh no, he cleanses. Dark Starlord cleanses with this attack if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I think he cleanses with one of the attack. But if the debuff stays for a long time, you'll get a very good score. Like right here, 65 million. I'll show you the relic right now. I don't think I'm using Shenpin in any of my False Tattoo bosses anymore. Oh, and again, for Team 1, it's just a lot of speed on everyone. If you want less RNG in Team 1, you can completely forego all the DPS stats on Embla and just go full speed. That's gonna give you more chance to get 0 stacks on the boss. Even in this run, I got 3 stacks on the boss, which is not good. That's 3% damage reduction for my Team 2 and Team 3, right? So that's my Elif. I recently got a new upgrade for Elif. My middle piece right here is pretty insane. And then Yujing just on Astral. I'm not using the relief set because none of my units spam their S1 except for Lu Sheng. So relief set on Yujing is not really that good. If I were to run Mateo, then it would be good, right? But I'm not. So yeah, here's Haley. Lu Sheng, I didn't give him the most speed possible. I don't want him to spam his S3. I've tried with like 190 speed Lu Sheng, and the score is significantly worse. So I tried to lower his speed, and yeah, I got a very good score with that team too. That's my Sloan. He's not the DPS of the team, so just go full speed on him. If you don't have like crit damage piece that is fast, you probably don't even need to go crit damage on him. Just go maximum speed as possible. And then Chuyao, a lot of speed, Astral as well with 100% accuracy because you need to land all of the debuff extension with his passive. Sakura with the Ocean set. I tried her with like 150 speed. It works pretty much the same as well because she doesn't really need to take that many turns. All you need is to cast her S3 and provide attack up for Sloan. And then your Toland is obviously no relic. Toland also needs to be reset though. If he's level 60 with Ascension, he's not gonna get one shot. I think level 50 he still can die from the boss if he gets single target, but AoE level 50 probably won't die. So keep him low level. But yeah, 238 million. Broke my high score by 11 million. 3 times by the way, broke my high score. Oh, and one neat trick, if you're using Toland in PvP, you can go here in the prep station, Divine Synthesis spot, and you can slot him in one of these slots right here, because then it would give you levels and also ascension based off of your material research lab. So if you want to use him in False Auto Fantasy again, all you have to do is just release him and he'll be reset to whatever level you have him at. And this will reset every single day. So if you're doing False Auto Fantasy once a week, you just need to remove him from this synthesis pod once a week. So yeah, Toland is the brand new False Auto Fantasy unit, but I don't think it's gonna work for Forbiter and Sonica, because for Forbiter you cannot extend debuffs, and for Sonica you cannot. She cleanses, right? I think she cleanses per turn. If it's not per turn, then you can use Toland, but if she cleanses per turn, then it's not gonna work. But he definitely works for Darkstar Lord. That's about it. Ciao.